and we are under the lights. What is good, y'all? It's prime time here, and today we are back with Madden and Madden 20. We're going to be rebuilding the Carolina Panthers Madden 20 franchise rebuild. So I'm getting into it straight away here. Taylor Ben is going to be our reporter for this season. So she's saying good luck. And Greg Olson is telling us about development traits. Development traits represent a player's potential. If you check out the roster menu and open our player cards, you'll see that everyone in our team is labeled normal, star, superstar, or X Factor. That's an indicator of our potential. But a particular talented rookie will have a hidden dev trait. We know they're going to be good, but we don't know how good until they play a few hundred downs of football. So it's important to get this guy a lot of playing time, especially in the preseason. So basically, this is a tutorial. So yeah, if you want to go through that, that's basically a tutorial about the new X Factor and superstar traits they added. Basically to make the best players feel like the best players. So now let's take a look at our team, and it starts off with QB1, Cameron Jarrell Newton. As Newton goes, the Panthers go. That's what they say. And that is very true. Cam Newton. Superstar X Factor ability. Newton is, I would say, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but injuries have definitely slowed him down these past couple years, especially last year, because the Panthers were a playoff team. The Panthers were going to be very good, Panthers are going very far in the playoffs, but then as we saw Cam Newton, his shoulder just, I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but his shoulder just gave up on him. So Newton has the superstar X Factor ability, Freight Train. And then he has a bunch of superstar abilities that kind of unique with him is that he has ball carrier superstar abilities and passer superstar abilities, which I really like. The Panthers have not had a good running back in a long time, but sophomore Christian McCaffrey, 91 overall, and he is one of Carolina's core pieces. McCaffrey, Curtis Samuel, and DJ Moore. We'll get into Samuel and Moore a little bit later. But Christian McCaffrey has the superstar ability of satellite. A very good receiver. He can do it all. And McCaffrey is going to be one of the core pieces in this franchise. And can't wait to see him on the field. And we have two young receivers who have the potential to develop into superstars one day, DJ Moore and Curtis Samuel. Now, they are both have star development traits, but I think this is for any player. When you go to an 85 overall, that's when I'm going to get you to a superstar, and 90 overall, X Factor. So let's look at the offensive line here. Carolina made quite a few additions to their offensive line, getting Greg Little in the second round after trading with Seattle, and getting Matt Paradis in free agency. Also getting Darrell Williams back on a very cheap one-year deal after he was injured the season prior. Matt Paradis, one of our core players in the offensive line, and Greg Olson for the time being, because regression will hit him very soon. But for the short term, he will be very productive on this team. The defense, it all starts off with the heart and soul of our team, Luke Kuechly, one of the best players in the league, and if not one of the best, the best linebacker in the league. If not one of the best, then the best linebacker in all of football. Kuechly is a generational player. He's a great tackler. He's a great coverage linebacker, and he can also stop the run. Kuechly, you almost never get somebody like him in a draft. He's a diamond in the rough, you'd call it. Kuechly, one of the best players that Carolina's ever had, definitely will be one of the best. Anyway, moving on. Shaq Thompson. It's a contract year for Shaq Thompson, so this could be, and what I'm thinking is his last stint with Carolina. His last year with Carolina, because it's a contract year. He'll ask for a lot of money, but he needs to really break out for Carolina for us to consider him. So let's move on to Gerald McCoy, who Carolina signed this offseason after Tampa Bay released him the Panthers made a very good move here, getting Gerald McCoy. And then let's move over to the cornerbacks. So of course, Gerald McCoy, Kawan Short, Mario Addison, great guys on the defensive line. Carolina's 3-4 scheme this year, so it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, Dante Jackson, amazing speed. One of the best, I think, one of the fastest players in the league. By speed overall, and definitely in real life, one of the fastest as well. And then James Bradbury's there. We got Trey Boston came back. We signed Trey Boston, who's coming back, so it's second stint with Carolina. And of course, we have Eric Reed on the other side. Now, looking at our schedule, I'm going to watch only a few games. I'm thinking. I will watch the Rams game to open, and then I may pick the Texans or the Jaguars depending on their schedule. And then of course I'm gonna watch and play the Rams, Saints, and Falcons, and maybe the Seahawks depending on their record. So we're gonna add some captains here. Christian McCaffrey will become a captain, even though he's only into his sophomore season. He is the second best player overall wise on our team, so I think that he deserves to be a captain or to wear that captain patch. Next up, I think Matt Paradis, being the anchor on our offensive line, definitely deserves that captain patch. So we have Newton, McCaffrey, Paradis, and Olsen. That's who I'm going to put as captains, and then I'm gonna put Gerald McCoy. Feel like because he's our defense. I'm also gonna put I will put this in there. Kawan Short definitely was close up there, but I think Gerald McCoy, he's our best defensive lineman, so that is why I chose him as a captain. All right, let's start simming here. We lost 31-15, not a good score. Taylor Bennett, hey coach. I know wins and loss doesn't matter in the preseason, but it has to be a little disappointing to lose your first one. So, what position group will you be spending the most time on? I said the defense because, well, we gave up 31 points. I probably should have said. I don't know. It was kind of tough, offense, defense, but it doesn't matter, though. So Matt Paradis, he's helping out Greg Little here. He's helping him out. So finesse pass blocking, that's something that Greg Little definitely needs because we have all of these very good pass rushers in our league that can just get you off the edge. We need to make sure that Greg Little has great finesse so that he can block those really fast defensive players like, Von Miller or Aaron Donald even sometimes. So let's start simming. Let's sim the next game here against Buffalo. See how we do. So yeah, this will be very fun here. Offensive line mentorship. Matt Paradis, what does he have to say? Did you see Greg Little? How well Greg Little held up in pass protection? He was all over blocking assignments. I don't think he even gave up a sack. So Greg Little receives +3 awareness. Coach, did you see Curtis Samuel out there this week? Start calling him Tory Jr. because me and that dude are cut from the same cloth. So, is there any specific areas you'd like to improve on? I think Curtis Samuel as well as he is getting the ball. He's very fast. We need him to get very good at having the ball in his hands. So, we said that, and he got +3 juke. Simming to week number 4, but simming to week number 3. But first, let's check out the stats here so far. So Will Greer, Cam Newton, Will Greer. I'm just checking out the stats. You can pause to see them if you want. Low Kuechly, Shaq Thompson. Yeah, just checking out the stats here. If you guys can pause if you want to see them. Now, we upgraded Dante Jackson in man coverage. Couldn't record that for you. My recording messed up. Anyway, DJ Moore, we gotta upgrade his deep threat because DJ Moore, he's kind of like Curtis Samuel. Samuel's faster, but Moore will be one of the superstars, deep threats on our team. Darrell Williams signed a cheap contract with Carolina for 1 year, but he needs to stay healthy. And if he can, then well, he would be a cornerstone in our roster. F.A. Obata, the guy from London. Obata, a great story. Gonna keep him around for that story. So we won that game against New England, 21-13. We're gonna sim this last game here against the Steelers. So let's get to week number 1. And we lost 28-17. Does not matter though. So we're gonna set our season goal here. My season goal is to make the playoffs because I feel like with our roster, we can definitely do that, especially this year. So how are we gonna handle Aaron Donald this week? I think that we should slow him down. Donald will be a big problem, but we have to strategize ways to minimize his impact. If we do that, then we will win. Todd Gurley. Hey, coach, what's the plan for Gurley? 3 yards, 1 yard, 50 yards. 2 yards, then he'll get you. And he's 50 yards downfield. So I said he's not our primary concern because I feel like we can contain him. That's I think the big thing here. We're gonna upgrade Ian Thomas, sophomore tight end, who the Panthers thought would be the eventual Greg Olsen replacement, but overall wise, not looking like it. We'll check out the roster one more time here. So Cam Newton, Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel. Surprised he didn't get an upgrade yet. Not very close to it, so definitely need to work on that. But we are going to watch the Los Angeles Rams. Thank you all so much for watching. This is Primetime here. See you all in the next video, and I'm out. Peace.